I know, it's been a while. I know. Don't give me the third degree, people. It's been a while because I've been home for a week, but because it was Mother's Day and all, so I spent about a couple of days home with my parents, rearranging my room yet again because the cable guy came in and had to install the cable, so we had to move it around so the guy could get easy access to the cable outlets in the wall. So I had to do that, fix my room again. I put my disco ball up on the wall, and my racing seat is in there. You may not know what I'm talking about. I got like a whole racing seat thing with the wheel and pedals and all for my racing games. Yeah, I actually never vlogged that, but I am gonna vlog soon at my parents' place in my room there. But right now, I didn't want to do any of that because it's still in the processing of getting it together. I didn't really want to vlog any of that because it's not that exciting seeing me move stuff around. I mean, if you get a thrill out of me moving a bureau or a bookshelf from left to right, or taking my full-size bed out and putting in a single to give me more room, that's thrilling. Then, man, it's pretty simple to thrill use. I try to keep it a little bit more entertaining than that. So that's why I haven't vlogged in a while, because I was basically at my parents doing stuff and I didn't want to vlog it. Plus, it was Mother's Day, so I try to keep it simple. But I'm back, and I'm back to vlogging again, and starting a new puzzle. I think I finished the other puzzle, but I didn't show you it yet. But this is the next puzzle I just started. It's Nova Scotia, Canada. And that's how much we got going so far. It's only a 500 piece, so it shouldn't take as long as the one that we just finished, which was 1,000 piece, and that was finished about a couple of days ago. I may put that in today's vlog or tomorrow's. The birds are still going good, and actually to report some status on the bird, the green one right there, both eyes are open now again. As you can see, that eye is open again, so it healed itself. So all good in the bird world. So that's what's going on right now. I'm gonna relax, probably play a game or two. Don't know which one yet, and see where it goes from there. Right now it's raining out. Been lawn mowing. I did want to vlog the flowers outside because they finally bloomed and they're really looking nice. But I'm not gonna go out there and get wet to vlog them. So maybe tomorrow, if it ain't raining, I'll go out there and vlog, because right now they're not going to even be open. When the sun hits them, they open and they look really good. So they're only spring flowers, so they're not going to last the whole summer. They're going to actually die in a couple of weeks from now, because the flowers that she planted were spring flowers. She wants to put in summer flowers before it's too late, so they can bloom and be all out in the whole summer, if summer ever comes, because we get a nice warm spot and then it goes right back to being cold. Tonight's going to be, I think, about 41, and tomorrow's going to be lower 38 and then a lower 36 again. So, bring out the heaters again. Welcome to another breaking news. There's a lot of news and you need to be informed what's going on this week. There is a crisis of deadly waiting times and cover-ups at veteran hospitals. Deadly delays in medical appointments suffered by veterans across the country have caused veterans to die or be seriously injured while waiting for appointments and care. At least 40 American veterans died in Phoenix while waiting for care. These men and women risked their lives for our freedom, and they can't get the medical help they need? That is outrageous. A West Virginia coal mine collapsed, killing 2 miners on Tuesday. A fire and explosion in a coal mine in Turkey on Tuesday killed 285, with more missing. On Tuesday, Cal White became the only 7th living recipient of the Medal of Honor for actions in Iraq or Afghanistan. There are 9 separate wildfires burning near San Diego, California. Have you seen the pics of the firenadoes? 2 teenagers have been arrested in the area for setting brush fires. The Washington Monument, a symbol of the U.S. Capitol, reopened after being closed for almost 3 years to repair earthquake damage. The 9/11 Museum opened for the victims' family, and next week will be open for the public. Ukraine is very close to a civil war. Prosecutors indicted the captain of the shrunken South Korean ferry and 3 crew members on murder charges Thursday, alleging they were neglected to failed to protect more than 300 people missing or dead in the disaster. They could all face the death penalty if convicted. British upped its military assistance to Nigeria in the hunt for the 300 kidnapped schoolgirls, offering spy planes and a team of military advisors. In sports news, gay rights advocates were thrilled when the Rams drafted Michael Sam in the 7th round of the NFL draft. Sam is the first openly gay NFL player. Last week at Kansas, Jeff Gordon won the race. Tonight, they are in Charlotte for the All-Stars race. Stewart-Haas Racing has announced that Kurt Busch will have Parker Kligerman on standby for the next 2 weekends at Charlotte Motor Speedway as Busch attempts at the Memorial Day weekend double is the first by any driver in 10 years to complete in both the Coca-Cola 600 and the Indianapolis 500 on the same day. Kurt is only the 4th driver to ever attempt to run both races. One of those 4 drivers was Tony Stewart, Kurt's team co-owner, and the only driver to complete all 1,100 miles in both races. In Major League Baseball news, 2 key Rangers starters, lefties Martin Perez and Matt Harrison, have significant injuries that could result in long DL stints. Although he has promised a long legal fight, the NBA governors may soon force Donald Sterling to sell the Los Angeles Clippers, leaving room for someone to take the team into a new era. Shelley Sterling has signed her divorce papers but is holding off on filing them against her husband, Donald, because she wants to retain 50% ownership of the team. In celebrity news, after 53 years in television journalism, 84-year-old Barbara Walters has retired. Alec Baldwin was arrested for disorderly conduct after flaring up with New York City cops. He was busted Tuesday for flipping out on 2 cops who were just doing their jobs. He became belligerent, yelling and screaming at the officers, saying, "Just give me the effing summons." He seems to want to be the middle-aged Justin Bieber. The widow of the man who was driving the Porsche that crashed and killed actor Paul Walker sued the automaker on Monday, claiming design flaws caused both men to die in a fiery crash in November. The cash-strapped filmmaker, who shot to Hollywood stardom overnight with the Oscar-winning musical documentary Searching for Sugar Man, has died. He was 36. Actor Tony Gerano, a veteran actor character who is perhaps best known for playing the cattle rancher Miguel in the Kevin Bacon cult classic Tremors, and its second sequel, has died. He was 72. In WWE news, Daniel Bryan's neck injury resulted in his need for surgery will put him out of action indefinitely. But the backstage word on WWE is he doesn't have to say goodbye to the world title just yet. Rather than panic, WWE is smartly playing the wait-and-see approach and not vacate the title just yet. If Bryan will not be out until after SummerSlam, the situation changes. But missing Payback and Money in the Bank isn't that big of an issue. In the main event in Scotland, Roman Reigns is in his cage match with Randy Orton. There was some misunderstanding and it looked as though they clashed heads, leaving Reigns pretty bloody. They finished the match, but Reigns looked pretty out of it at the end. After 15 years in wrestling and just short of 9 with WWE, it looks like CM Punk has really called it quits. It's official, regardless of how WWE has described his situation. to its investors. There has been discussion about adding another member to the Evolution factor in WWE, the key superstar being considered for a future spot in the group is WWE United States Champion Sheamus. If WWE if WWE were to add Sheamus to Evolution, it will be when Batista eventually takes time off to do movie promotional work. Chris Jericho will not say that he won't go back to the WWE, but he has no plans as of right now because he says he has so much other stuff going on that he is enjoying. In this time of unrest, why is WWE using Vladimir Putin's image in the promos of Lana and Alexander Rusev? WWE says that Russian President Vladimir Putin has given them good material to work with to create strong characters in Rusev and Lana. Do you think they should use his images in WWE right now? The new WWE 2K15 game is scheduled to be released in March 2015, not in October 2014. A My Career mode is rumored to replace the 30 years of WrestleMania mode, where the player starts out in WWE NXT and works their way to the main roster and to the top. The E! Network has reportedly ordered 10 more episodes of Total Divas. Brock Lesnar is now scheduled for a 2-show feud at SummerSlam and continuing to Night of Champions. And now for a little good news for the week. A 102-year-old woman says she's disappointed at racing great Mario Andretti couldn't go faster than 180 miles per hour during their laps around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. She said, "I wanted to go 200, but he wouldn't do that." However, she still had a great time riding with Andretti in a 2-seat race car Tuesday. She ended her Speedway laps with a drink of milk, just like the tradition of Indy 500 winners in Victory Lane. She said she wasn't nervous with Andretti behind the wheel, and she remembered driving a car for the first time in the 1920s when she was 12 years old. And that's it for breaking news. I'm Joseph, and don't just make it a great night. Make it an American night. I know this vlog was just about me saying how I was gone for a while and just the breaking news. Sorry for that, but Tony Stewart would still like you to all like the breaking news and the video.